This is going to be another one of those I Feel Nothing specials, also known as a triple P, but really, definitely I Feel Nothing. Now, what's crazy is, I just recently did a live stream talking about the black Republicans or Republicans or Republicans, depending on who you're talking to, and all of their nonsense. And I said, do I put that in the live stream with that, or do I make it its own separate video? And you know what? I said, let me make its own separate video simply because I haven't done a triple P in quite some time, and I know y'all love these, so why not? So y'all may have no clue who this person is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if I didn't see this in a Discord server that I'm in, I wouldn't know who this guy is either. But this man's name is Carl Baxter, and he is a Trump supporter, as you can see right there. He has on the Make America Great Again hat. If you look at his tag right there, it says Republican Club, and it says his name, Carl Baxter. I can't really see anything else on there. It looks like it has a website on there, and it says GOP something GOP.com, but it is what it is. But the reason why I'm talking about this guy today is because apparently, and according to him, during a canvassing event that he was of organization he was canvassing for, allegedly called him a slave. Now, this was not them just driving by or walking by and they called him one. This is the organization he was canvassing for that allegedly called him a slave. Now, let me go ahead now and get into the actual article itself, and it's coming from the Independent. A die-hard Trumper in Florida says he was discriminated against by a right-wing political advocacy group, claiming he was called a slave during his 12 days with the organization before it fired him for complaining. Wow, this guy was only with this group for 12 days. And they said they fired him because he was complaining, because they called him a slave and he was complaining. Listen, y'all. This has got to be one of the most I Feel Nothing triple P's you're gonna hear all year. Let's keep it moving. This is getting even more interesting by the word. Carl Baxter, who is black, clearly, is suing Americans for Prosperity, the nonprofit quote-unquote grassroots conservative operation run by Charles and David Koch. Yes, those Kochs. The billionaire siblings and hardline climate change deniers. Look at what company he wants to keep. Who's feeling bad for this dude? Absolutely nobody. Baxter serves as president of the Republican Club of North and East Fort Myers and is not at all shy about his outsized affection for Donald Trump. First of all, outsized affection? First off, you as a grown man having outsized affection for another grown man is kind of, you know what, let me keep it moving. He can be seen on social media at Trump appearances, waving a MAGA flag at a Trump truck parade, at charity galas, giving the cameraman a Trumpian thumbs up, and donning a red MAGA hat and posing with, among others, a county tax collector who has come out as a vociferous opponent of critical race theory. Oh, it's pretty obvious. This guy, just by reading that little bit right there that I just read, this guy's a complete and utter Oreo. This guy is Uncle Ruckus. He is kin to Uncle Ruckus. You can't tell me any different. AFP, which has been around since 2004, has gained prominence after Barack Obama was sworn in as president. It has traditionally focused on hollowing out workers' rights, blocking Medicaid expansion, kneecapping green energy initiatives, and pushing down the minimum wage. Since 2010, some 42% of AFP ads have been rated false by PolitiFact, the nonpartisan fact-checking website. None have been rated as true. The group backed by Trump's UN ambassador Nimrata Ranhawa, a name I haven't mentioned in quite some time, in the 2024 race before the former South Carolina governor bowed out in March. Trump chafed at AFP's support of Haley, posting last January to his flailing Twitter clone, Truth Social, Americans for No Prosperity, who made more money during the Trump years than at any other time, are stupid people who are backing Bird Brain as she goes down tubes. Bad timing, Charles. Baxter's lawsuit was filed Monday and obtained by The Independent describes him as an African-American businessman. I wonder if he knows that he's a black man who is active in local politics. It says he was brought on by AFP in June 2023 to work as a part-time grassroots quote-unquote associate. Baxter's duties consisted of canvassing neighborhoods to talk with voters about AFP selected policy issues and driving to and from those neighborhoods, according to the suit. AFP agreed to pay Baxter $20 an hour for the door-knocking duties plus an unspecified mileage reimbursement, the lawsuit states. He started on January 14, 2023, and his job performance, according to the suit, was exemplary. However, the lawsuit says Baxter quickly became disenchanted with the AFP. Early in plaintiff tenure, AFP Deputy Director of Grassroots met plaintiff at the Oasis restaurant in downtown Fort Myers and offered plaintiff $500 in bribe money to provide quote-unquote dirt on Cape Coral Councilmember Patty Cummings, the suit alleges. Plaintiff declined. AFP's goal was to stop President Donald J. Trump from winning the Republican nomination in the 2024 presidential primaries, locally to oppose politicians who support President Trump. Baxter also felt AFP was not giving him credit for all the hours he worked on for all the doors that he knocked on and shorting him on his pay, the lawsuit contends. So, 12 days into the job, the suit says he raised his concerns on a phone call with his supervisor, AFP Grassroots Engagement Director Roxanne Buckles. Buckles, who is white, according to Baxter's suit, then proceeded to call him a slave and demanded that he confirm he is a slave, stating as follows: "I know you were doing the work and I can see the doors that you were hitting on my iPad on my side. At least you are working as a slave," and allegedly sarcastically, "but at least you are getting paid. Many slaves today do get paid. Many used to never get paid. Are you a slave?" Now this is a white woman that told him this. This is a white woman that told him that. Are we surprised? No, we are not. Baxter was highly offended and demanded to speak with Ms. Buckles' immediate supervisor. The lawsuit goes on. Buckles then arranged a conference call with her boss, who was also white. Are you starting to notice a pattern? It seems like to me he was the only black guy there. It seems to me he's the only black guy in every, I guess you could see, in every facet of his, I guess you can say, his dwellings or wherever it is that he's at. He seems to always be the one guy, the one black guy, that one black friend. To discuss Baxter's concerns. A few minutes later, the supervisor called back with AFP State Operations Director on the line, a white woman, another white woman, the lawsuit says, and terminated plaintiff's employment without notice, effective immediately. Because remember, they said that they fired him for complaining. The lawsuit says Baxter still has not received the wages AFP owes him, nor has he been paid back for any of his mileage. By the same token, Baxter claims in his suit that AFP paid its white employees without issue. The suit accuses AFP of race discrimination, retaliation, and wage theft, and demands back pay and legal fees, as well as exemplary, punitive, and compensatory damages for plaintiff's emotional pain and suffering. Do you think they actually gonna care to pay that back? I highly doubt that they are. This should teach him a lesson. An AFP spokesperson who told The Independent, "While we do not comment on current litigation, we take all allegations of violations of the law extremely seriously and will fully investigate those made in this complaint." BS. This man ain't getting no back pay. He ain't gonna be compensated on nothing. Baxter's attorney, Jay Lecter, told The Independent, "My client simply wants justice and to ensure that this does not happen to anyone else." A source with direct knowledge of the situation noted that Baxter was technically working for AFP as a contractor and said AFP was not, in fact, his direct employer. And if that is indeed true, he's even more dumb than I thought. Buckles did not respond to a request for comment. I feel absolutely not a goddamn thing for this dude. As far as I'm concerned, that is exactly what he gets. Remember what I kept telling y'all about those black Republicans? those black conservatives, this is how they get treated. Remember when I showed y'all on the live stream that clip that I took the filter off of that showed how when Trump was there in his motorcade, he didn't even stop through at the black event that was being hosted there. He didn't even drive by and roll down his window to even acknowledge them. He just kept on going and pretended he didn't even see him. But I'm willing to bet if it was a lot of PC people there, he probably would have stopped. He might have even gotten out of his truck. And that's the thing about these black Republicans that we keep talking about. Y'all are only there to serve a purpose, and that is to be the shield for PC whenever they want to attack us. Whenever you get out of line, that's it. When this guy right here finally realized that he was being treated a certain type of way and he started to complain, he got fired. And he didn't get compensated. He was only there for 12 days. And I know that whatever they were there for was lasting longer than 12 days. And according to this happened last year. It's just that now the story is finally coming out this year. But yeah, actually, matter of fact, this story was just posted about less than 10 minutes ago. I just happened to catch it hot off the press. So this happened last year, and the story just went out this year. And how many do you think on that side are going to care? I wonder if any other black person or who thinks they live in MAGAville is going to care. I said months ago, MAGAville is a PC mainly, damn near only haven. Okay? They haven't gotten the memo. This guy finally got it. But when I'm looking at who was running this organization he was canvassing for and who he was attached to, this guy definitely is not like us. I don't care. He might be FBA, he may not be, but if he is, he is definitely not us. That's for damn sure. I can only imagine the kind of stuff he has to say about us on the real grassroots. And I noticed that he was using grassroots a lot throughout this article too. I wonder where they got that from. But hey, it is what it is. He gonna have to deal with that on his own. November 5th. November 5th came slightly early for this dude.